Right, now I've turned him over. We're working, we can do a little bit of work on that Quadratus Lumboroum. We've already mowed that L1, which is good, which actually freed up really nicely. So we're going to do a little bit of work through his QL, and then obviously going to do a little work through his glutes as well. I actually haven't checked your hip like, I mean, in terms of doing the hip protocol. But I may have done that. But for what you've come in with, you're not really generally got any major issues. Like, once again, if you were a runner, that'd be a very different story. So normally at clinic, I've got a mid-raising section to my table, which basically means the table comes up in the middle, okay, which is awesome for this work. But obviously I don't have one here today. So I've got him in the sideline, got this hip bent up. I've got this leg straight, so you've got to make sure a little bit of traction on there. So you want to open that as much as you can to get in there. So we haven't got much room to work through here. So I'm using the Premax Essentials. So I need a bit of glide with this. Delicate area. Obviously, once again, we want to make sure our pressure's right. We want to make sure that we're hitting the tissue. So Dan, give us some feedback as we get in there. We've got obviously the last rib there. We've got the iliac crest there. We sink into there. That's obviously where the QL is. So it is an art to do this. All right. So first thing is my hand's going to go over the top of his iliac crest. Because I don't have the mid-raising section here, I'm obviously going to traction down and try and open it as much as I can. And then I'm just going to come through with a broad elbow. I'm just going to ease my way in there, Dan. So you just tell me how that pressure is as I sink into that area. Very broad?
Yeah.
Yep, good. Okay, so as I come towards sort of my elbow, I'm going to sort of sink down a little bit. Feel the back edge there. And now I'm sort of in the area I want to be. Yep. 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 Okay. So how does that feel there? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate my shoulder or my arm. So I'm gonna hit the upper part of your QL there. You feel that there?
Yeah.
That pressure all right? Good. Just sink in there. I'm actually still sliding through here, and I'm going to come back. I'm off again. I'm going to repeat that again. So this is sort of the process, and this is as slow as you want to go, because we're working deep. We've got to go slow. We don't want to go fast. If I go fast, he'll just contract against me. Yeah, actually not too bad, you know. Dan? Ooh. Right, now, yep. Okay, I'm going to come to the lower one now. So now I'm bringing my arm out this way, so I'm hitting the lower part. Right, let's see what this one's like. Yeah, yep, okay. Pressure still all right? You sure? You tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So it is slow in what we're doing, okay? Because as I said before, slow is all about depth, and it's all about people being able to adjust to your pressure. All right. Just do one more general sweep through there. Traction down. Here we go. How's that feeling there, Dan? Yep. All right. We should have tested dual lateral flexion. Normally I would. Okay, beautiful. Great. Happy with that. Right, now for our friends, the glutes. Okay, so we got glute minimus here. We've got glute medius wrapping around the top here. So in terms of me working this, do not use my thumbs for glutes ever. Do you, Dan? Do you get carried away with? I mean, you can on smaller, if you've got petite triathletes or something like that, you can probably get away with a little bit. But
hypersensitive people, I wouldn't use fingers.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so my preferred tool is always going to be this. Okay, not my elbow, but my fleshy forearm. I come right over, so I'm actually going to work his glute minimus first, then I'll come around and work his glute medius. Okay. Once again, mate, you just give me feedback, all right? Let me know if it's too much. It's not. I'm not like seriously. I'm not about trying to punish. It looks a lot aggressive than it is, but I keep it as broad as I can for you. So just above your greater trochanter. And you'll feel the pressure going now. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
No referral. Just
shooting straight back into sacrum and coccyx.
Right.
And that's right on the edge of collar.
Right. Okay. All right. So I'll just back it off. How's that?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that more comfortable? Yeah. Yep. Righto.
And hamstring referral.
Right. Yep. Okay. Beautiful. That's how we know we're on it. So once again, the idea is if I'm working deep, broad, and slow. Okay, beautiful. Now I'm going to hit this glute medius. Now to do that, I'm going to change positions. And what I'm going to do, Dan, is I'm just going to put you up there like that. Rich, come round this way. So I don't have an adjustable table, so I have to get on my tippy toes. Okay. So this gives me an opportunity to hit your glute med and some of your deep external rotators as well. All right. So once again, just let me know what the pressure's like. All right. Okay. You ready? Good? All right. So once again, it's broad forearm I'm using here. So we're just going to go down. And that's glute med. All right, Dan. Yeah, you sure? It's good to make sure you check in with your client. Yeah, right. Okay. Right, so I'll just back that off and make it a bit broad. If you really want to hit that trigger point right at the back there, you can dig a little bit of your elbow in there. But on my fly, I don't want you to guard up against me as well. Then I'm going to come down a little bit further. So we'll come off glute med. Now we're just hitting some of these deep external rotators now. Like am I on piriformis, gemellus, subterranean? I mean, God, they're all right next to each other. Seriously. Yep, like so. Yeah. And the one person we haven't spoken to yet is your TFL. So we'll have to do some work on your TFL as well, mate. Like so. And what I can do, I mean, let's say you come in for something a little bit more specific, then I'd start increasing your flexion. I'll bring you right up like so, and then work through that range like that. But obviously for today, we don't have to worry about that. Alrighty, done.